official presentation of the Frank Worrell Trophy, we cross to ABC commentator Jack Ivers.
There's Sir Don Bradman, chairman of the Australian Board of Control, and what a lovely smile on his face as he gets up there to commence the proceedings whereby the Frank Worrell Trophy, and there's Frank, will be presented by the Australian Board of Control in memory of a wonderful test series to Frank Worrell. And on his right, Richie Benaud, the captain of the Australian team.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very sad to say that the time has come to ring down the curtain on this series of test matches. But I speak to you today as chairman of the Australian Board of Control for International Cricket, and on our own behalf, and on behalf of the cricket-loving public of Australia, I want to pay tribute to the captains and the two teams who have provided us with such magnificent cricket this summer. There is the trophy, ladies and gentlemen, and I know these boys are very tired because they've had a very trying match. So without further ado, I'll hand this over to Frank, thank him once again for the wonderful performance they've put up this year, and ask him to do the honours.
Chairman, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This is indeed a very sad and unhappy occasion because the join of the stumps this afternoon marked the end of the most sensational, interesting and enjoyable series that any West Indies team has ever been engaged in. It also marks the culmination of a very enjoyable stay in your country, and we'd like to thank all those people for the very kindly letters and those of you for the lavish hospitality. We're also sad to think that we shan't be taking this back with us. And judging from the standard of the batting today, well, I think I'm left with the duty of explaining to our people at home what this trophy looks like, what it feels like. I shall be able to tell them where it is, and where it's likely to stay until we meet you again. We've had a very enjoyable tour, and if sort of fortune decreed that this trophy should stay in Australia, we have got to congratulate Richie and his men for this wonderful fight back at Adelaide, and for dominating the scene here in this match. And we are looking forward to seeing this trophy in the West Indies, where we shall try to wrest it from you in the same friendly and exciting manner as it has been won during the series. I've got two duties to perform. I've got to present this trophy to Richie. I'd like to congratulate him and his men for the wonderful cricket And secondly, I've got a little token which I should like to present to him also. Firstly, Richie, congratulations to you and the boys. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a symbol here of a scalp. Secondly, you can have my neck. And you can have the upper half of my body. I shall refrain from offering the lower half of my body because the knees wouldn't stand him in any stead. Thank you all.
Sir Donald Bradman, Frank, ladies and gentlemen, Frank was kind enough to say that he was offering me a scalp and his neck and the upper half of his body, but I'm quite certain that you will all agree with me that he himself will remain in the hearts of cricket lovers in this country for many a long day. It's always a very sad thing to come to the end of a test series. It's always a very happy thing to have won. And in this particular instance, it is a magnificent moment to stand here in front of all you people and to be able to say that, having played in this, my 50th test match, I've never played in 5 more memorable nor more enjoyable games, nor have I and my team ever played against a finer bunch of cricketers than these West Indians. The trophy that has been so well named, the Frank Worrell Trophy, was the finish of an idea that started after that memorable Brisbane Test. And I'll put it to you that the Australian Board of Control could have chosen no finer name for that trophy than the one they eventually came up with, for I've come to know Frank pretty well in this particular season. You generally get to know your opposing team and your opposing captain pretty well. And I would like to tell you that it's not only been a pleasure to play against our visitors and against Frank, but to play in a series as captain opposite Frank Worrell has been a privilege. I'm terribly sorry that this particular test match marks the end of Frank's test career, but it is quite obvious from this trophy that has been perpetuated in his name for competition between the countries that he'll certainly not be forgotten, and I'm sure I can speak for the cricket-loving public of Australia who've enjoyed these matches so much. And I say, Frank, that everyone wants you to come back here again. If you don't come back as a player, then do as Jerry Gomez did, come back as a manager. And I do hope that when that occasion arises, that the 90,000 crowd that you saw here the other day will be exceeded. There's little more I can say except thank you to all you people out here who have supported the game and supported cricket this year. And a very, very big thank you to my own team who gave me such wonderful support during the series. And an even bigger thank you to our West Indian friends and Frank who have done such a wonderful job. Thank you.
After the members of both teams were introduced to the crowd, Richie Benaud went on to say,
I've left the last two names till last, Wally Grout and Alan Davidson, because between them they've only got one left hand and one right leg. And they should be able to make it without any trouble. I also leave them for another reason, not because I wish to ever single out any member of our team. As you may know, we always try to play together as a team, and individual performances don't count very much with us. But on this particular occasion, Wally Grout, as you know, equalled a world record, and Alan Davidson equalled the record wickets ever taken in a West Indies-Australia series. And I do think that that is worthy of some special mention.
That concludes our little ceremony, and I think now everybody can go home and save up their pennies for the next series. Thank you very much.
And so ends the most eventful series in the long history of Test match cricket. A tie in Brisbane in the first Test, the second to Australia, the third to the West Indies, a draw in the fourth in Adelaide, and Australia wins the final Test and the series. Apart from the many records which were established in this series, the thing above all was the manner in which the game was played. Australian cricket says, thank you, West Indies.